What's going on, everybody? It's Jack Plod from freebeats.cc, and today we are taking a look at how to make beats for free. This is the video conclusion to the article. If you have not read the article, please do so. Go to freebeats.cc/how to make beats for free, and I'll walk you through all the different stuff that you'll need, like getting your mind right, getting all the software that you need, choosing a sample track, how to actually download that sample track in a high enough quality to do something with, getting some drums, and then finally putting it all together. And this here is where this video is going to go. I'll assume that you have now followed the article and now have the different pieces that you'll need, like an installation of Ableton Live, this Otis Redding track, and these 808 samples, which I provide links to. So now we have all that stuff ready to go, and we're going to look at actually building a beat for the first time within Ableton Live. Now, I also mentioned that Ableton only has a 30-day trial. It is completely free to try it, and I challenge you, make 30 beats in 30 days, and you will find very quickly if this is something that you want to pursue. If it's something that you want to pursue, spend the money, get into it. Reaper actually has a demo that doesn't have any sort of time limit, and their full version is only $60. So that's something that you can also check out. Let's say you get to the end of the 30 days and you want to keep making beats, but you're not ready to spend the money yet. Definitely check out Reaper. I just prefer to work in Ableton Live since I've been doing it for quite a long time. So we're going to get these samples into Ableton Live. And the way you do that is we're going to hit add a folder, and we're just going to add the downloads folder, which is where I stored those samples. Or you can just go into your Finder and you can just drag it into Ableton Live, whatever is easier for you. And now you're seeing that this track is loading, and this is our track that we're going to sample. And essentially sampling is just grabbing bits and pieces of the track and rearranging it. Let's hear what this is like. All right, so now we can, we're just looking for different pieces that we can sample, and this one seems easy enough. And so what I'll do is I'll highlight that, and then I'm going to hit Command E and kind of create its own little clip. Right click it, give it another color. And then I'm going to create a MIDI track. So let's go to Create MIDI Track. And then I'm going to drag this sample. Delete these guys. I'm just going to drag this sample down here. And now I can actually play with my computer keyboard as long as this is clicked. And let's bring it in closer here and, well, snap. And we can go. And if we bring the decay, oh, it's the release. Bring the release down. All right. So that's essentially the idea. We're looking for a section that we can play.
Oh, she may be. Oh.
Definitely going to want to use that. So I'll create another insert MIDI track. And I'll grab that. And I'll drag this down here.
Oh.
All right, and this is, I'll rename it. Right click, rename. This is O. And this is gonna rename. And this is terrible. We probably won't end up using that. It sounded way worse than I thought.
She may be weary.
That could work. And there's a shortcut to create new tracks. It's Command-Shift-T. All right, that could work. And we'll go down here. Let's go. And bring this a little bit, because I can hear his voice right at the end. All right. And now, since we kind of have what is going to be the basis for the track, I will just mute this first channel. And then I'm going to tap tempo, because I want it to be like, so I'm just going to tap along to that. I'll edit the key map, and I'm going to assign that to the just any key that I want, like let's go with N. So all right. And now we're going to start building our drum beat. Well, actually, let's go ahead and get that going. So now, okay, so we can go, this is the metronome right up here, and we're just going to try and play along. All right, so now we've got our basic track, and we're just going to hit Command-J to trim that, delete this guy. And a great thing about Ableton and really any DAW is you can go back in and fix your performance. So see how this isn't exactly on the beat? I can just drag it over and make sure that it is exactly on the beat. Sometimes it's good to be slightly off and sometimes it's not, so just use your ears. But I kind of want to drag this out. And maybe go here. And now, and maybe we'll put that, see how there's a space right here? We'll try and get that over there on the space. And I don't know. We'll try a different note, because that didn't quite settle with me. And what's up here? We'll give this a little bit more. And so you can see there's some trial and error here. We'll go with that one. Great. Delete that. And we could keep going through the track and finding interesting things to sample and sort of start to layer it.
Shaggy.
Let's try that. Just highlight it, Command E. Whoops. Drag it down here. And wasn't really what I wanted. And if I click and drag these guys here, then that'll change the start of the sample time. Okay, I'm spending a little bit too much time here. Let's go to audio effects. We'll put some reverb on this. And you can see what that does. And we'll also put some reverb on the O's. Maybe turn the O's down a little bit. And I'll go up here. Okay, so now we could maybe at this section start with the different, like a different texture. So all right. And maybe add that. Terrible. Okay, let's just leave it for now and let's start building our drums. So the way we're going to build our drums is we're going to add a couple different audio tracks. Create audio track. Create audio track. Create audio track. And we're going to rename them kick, snare, hat. And now we're going to go into our sample folder here. Downloads, 808 samples. And we're just going to drag that out on the timeline. And we're just going to, what I would call earring it out. Like you're just going to listen for where the kick should go, and then you're going to put one there. So right here, I think should be the next kick. So I'll copy and I'll paste and I'll listen. So as you can see, it's actually the same spot as where the sample is. And now we're going to put the snare drum in the spaces. So let's find a snare. And then right here would be the next snare. So I'm going to copy, which is Command C, and paste. Great. And now let's put the hi-hat. I want a short one. There we go. And the hi-hat typically you put on every beat. So let's hear what that sounds like. Too fast. Be like it's great. And now there's a very easy way to duplicate things just by highlighting it, and then you hit Command D, and then you don't have to do as much copy and pasting. Cool. And let's go here. And now since we've got our beat, we'll just duplicate that again. And let's hear what this section sounds like. And now we can kind of tweak things. Let's bring this up one. Maybe down. I kind of liked it longer. We'll bring in that next thing. We'll kind of extend our beat over it. Then we want to make sure this is 4 beats. All right, so. Okay, it's not the worst, not the best. Fix that up a little bit. And maybe bring this guy in there. Bring this down. Let's just do this. Just make them all low. And then we're going to do that. And we'll add a little snare fill right here. Maybe take out the hi-hat. And I mean, you can just down the rabbit hole from here. Just keep sampling the song, keep trying different things, and push things around until you get it to a spot that that you enjoy it, that you like it. And just like I was copying and pasting the actual kick drum and all that stuff, you can do the same thing with the Otis Redding samples. Just copy and paste them on the timeline instead of putting them into a sampler like this. Everybody has a different way that they like to do it. And try both and see what you like. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop a line on the Facebook page or just hit me up on the comments. And that's pretty much it.